Under Marlon's bombshell, Truman weeps, but it's just the director's crafted lines. It's Marlon's hesitation that makes Truman realize Marlon might just be another actor, just like him. To untie the knot, the director reintroduces Truman's father, and the reunion after 20 years is almost overwhelming. With orchestrated shots and tear-jerking music, Truman's tears flow, leaving viewers sobbing over the scripted drama. Ratings soar to records. Investors celebrate like New Year's Eve. Thrilled over crisis averted, except Roland, because Truman's comedic role failed. Then the host interviews the director, who reveals he doesn't live on the island of paradise, but rather in a man-made moon that's the equivalent of 221 stories up. The moon Truman thinks he sees is actually the control room. Some actors aren't quite happy with how things are run and occasionally plot ways to return to the set. Truman's dad is one of those escape artists. Since he was a kid, Truman has had a curious heart, and the director, trying to squash that curiosity, arranged for his father to drown. This tactic proved effective, and at this point, the director quickly resolves the trouble while harvesting some tears from the audience for a smooth getaway. While the audience calms down, Roland angrily denounces the director's sneakiness, but the director couldn't care less. Roland angrily hangs up as Truman Show lacks negative reviews. To spice it up, the director decides to orchestrate Truman's divorce. After all the twists and turns, he arranges a second chance for Truman and plans to publicly showcase Truman's sweet moments with his new love. By that time, Truman will possess no secrets whatsoever. Roland caresses the TV screen affectionately, his heart brimming over with a complex tapestry of emotions, overwhelmed with mixed feelings. As Truman's life returns to normal, he greets neighbors daily as anticipated. The director is hastily arranging Truman's new life, but beneath the harmony lies an undercurrent of tension. His acceptance is just a ruse, since you wanted to put on a show for me, I'll play along. Ever since he divorced, Truman has been secretly living in the basement. Truman's odd behavior raises suspicion, prompting the crew to zoom in and boost audio. Snoring is heard, but the director doesn't stop. He quickly instructs his crew to call Truman, and with a confident heart, sure enough, Truman lies utterly motionless under the blanket. The director reviews the footage of Truman before he fell asleep and spots Truman's hand under a chair. Under orders, Marlon rushes to the basement, pulls back the blanket, and lo and behold, it's a snowman blanket. The snoring underneath was pre-recorded, and the director believes there's no way Truman could have escaped. He orders Marlon to search around the room, and it's in this closet where the concealed escape route of Truman is uncovered. Cut transmission immediately. For the first time in 30 years, the Truman Show goes dark, and the show's phone lines are jammed by viewers. Backstage is now a chaotic mess, with all the actors holding hands and searching for Truman. The moon, now a searchlight, beams over every corner of the island of paradise, but even so, they find nothing. Facing pressure from investors, the director reluctantly pushes the sunrise, yet even after scouring the island, Truman remains among. The director commands everyone to freeze, except for Truman, who's the only one on the move. Everyone else is a compliant puppet. There's just one cheeky Truman that needs to be caught. The director has a realization, searching everywhere on Peach Island, but missing Truman's unique Fisty the Ocean. Cut to the ocean's edge, and finally, they spot Truman. The live broadcast resumes. Viewers are buzzing with excitement. The ocean that once terrified him now serves as the path to his hopes. Truman overcomes his fear of the ocean after his father's resurrection. Pulling out the patched photo, Roland beams with tears of joy. Roland is relieved that Truman has given up on himself, greatly further solidifying Truman's resolution to leave. As Truman walks further away, the director reluctantly resorts to his final trick. He activates the storm program. He gathers all the storms beneath the little boat to stage an old cliché. The director believes that Truman will be scared and will turn back. Facing the sudden storm, Truman grips the rope with all his might, but the director controls the lightning to snap it. Please give me some light. Let's do it one more time. The audience's hearts race. Investors demand the director not go overboard, as the whole world is watching. Truman struggles back to the boat. desperately climbing up with the rope tightly tied around him. The director watches Truman battle against fate, and his heart aches. After all, he has nurtured this child for 30 years. He turns away, wanting to give him freedom. But Truman's words completely shake him. "This isn't your best option. You have to kill me." The director thinks it's time for a lesson. He cranks the storm to its maximum, and Truman turns to see towering waves rolling in like a tsunami set to swallow him whole. The waves crash against him, pounding him repeatedly until he gradually loses consciousness, and only then the director decides to call it quits. As the first rays of sunlight pierce through the clouds, Truman slowly regains consciousness, clinging to the rope for dear life. He spits out the seawater from his stomach and drags his weary body onward into the horizon. Until his ideal sailboat breaks through the clouds, the director's actors no longer trouble him. Truman sails freely ahead. He boldly approaches the light, touching everything as if it were just an illusion, desperately trying to break free from this 30-year horror show. Faced with the truth, his courage and flesh feel as light as feathers, helplessly caught in despair. Until he has used up all his strength, Truman proceeds up the stairs guided by the wall lights. Each step feels like heading into a looping tape. The director knows everyone needs to have a one-on-one with him. Truman finally locates the exit he's been dreaming of. The director takes the initiative to explain everything about the island of paradise, attempting to employ an alternative strategy by playing the emotional card in order to convince Truman to stay. At this moment, Truman looks helpless. The director exposes the truth. Truman turns to flee but is blocked by him. "I've always been keeping an eye on you, Truman. I was present even during your birthday celebration. I watched you take your first steps, and even witnessed the first time you lost sensation in your mouth. You can't leave me, Truman. I really beg of you. You can get through this. Come with me. I can do it. Just talk to me. I'll be right here with you." This section is specifically designed to encourage our viewers to subscribe